We are up to mitzvah 115. This is the first mitzvah in Parashas in Sefer Vayikra. It's in Parashas Vayikra. It's a mitzvah saseh, performative mitzvah number 48 in the Torah, which is on men, male kaihanim, when the Beis Mikdash was around. It's found in Vayikra, Aleph, Pasuk Gimel, Vayikra 1, verse 3. It says, Im oila karbanoi. If his Karban will be a burnt offering. Oil is burnt. Now it's a mitzvah to offer to do the whole process of a Karban oila according to all of its laws. Now there's a few laws that have to do with this burnt offering. Number one, the animal must be shechted, ritually slaughtered, at the north side of the outside mizbeach, okay? So it's got to be at the north side. That's typically where the karbanos were normally shechted, but here it's slaughtered by the mizbeach, which is unusual. The slaughtering must be done by the, it can be done even by people who are not a kohen. So a guy could do his own shechita. However, beginning with they call the Kabbalah, the receiving, the catching of the blood, and the steps that came afterwards had to be only done by kohanim. A kohen would sprinkle blood twice on the outside mizbeach. Then he would skin the animal. You take off all the skin. He'd cut it up into limbs, separate pieces. Big limbs, the leg, the front leg, the back leg, right? Remove we call it we had to take out the geranosha, right, the thigh vein, sciatic nerve. And finally, he would burn all the pieces on top of the mizbeach, top of the altar. Now, you have to understand some background a little bit about karbanos. A person's emotions are influenced by their actions. Okay? The person feels a certain way a lot of times based on what they're doing. Therefore, if a person is going to do an aveira, he's not just going to be able to say, I'm sorry. He's going to have to do some type of an action. And that's really what karbanos are about. Karbanos are doing some type of an action. By saying, I did an aveira, I've sinned, I don't want to sin anymore, it's not going to do it. A person's got to put in special effort. He's got to put in, financial cost to bring to the Beis Hamikdash, to the kohen. Besides doing the teshuvah that he anyway is going to be working on. Now, after you go through such a thing, hopefully we've got you go through a whole ordeal like this, process of going to the Beis Hamikdash, you're going to think twice before you do the Aveira again. Person, hopefully, will be locked into them. We call that, a behavioral, if you know that that's going to be the consequence, then hopefully you won't do the behavior again. Now, bringing the carbon is also like a little bit supposed to represent the person. So the person is supposed to intend that this animal should be in my place. It's a little bit of an easy way out. But when he watches what goes on with it, and he's thinking to himself like, that could have been or should have been me, then he's thinking to himself, I feel bad. So going through this whole process is something to really work on changing it.